Right, Chris. We'll jump into goals in time.
Yeah.
So as we touched upon, it was a decision between United and Bayern. Obviously, done me a massive favour, really, picking United because it just gives me an excuse to spend a few hours in the afternoon watching those United clips trying to find goals. Yeah, United and Bayern, so many iconic goals. How do you think you're going to get on?
Absolutely terrible. Because I can't remember what I had for tea yesterday. Short-term memory or long-term memory is just absolutely horrendous at the best of times. So remembering what time a goal was scored 10 years ago is ridiculous. I should really know, like from the 2000 to like 2008. I should know because I went to watch a lot of United, so I should have paid more attention. But there was a lot of drinking involved as well, so that won't have helped my memory at all.
Well, it's almost subconsciously if I knew that because 3 of your goals are from that period. So
Well, I shall definitely have pie on my first then.
First goal, Chris.
Yep.
21st of May, 2008. United won, Chelsea won. United obviously went on to win 6-5 on penalties.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, John Terry, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
And this is obviously Cristiano Ronaldo, who obviously missed the penalty in that game. Well,
Yeah.
missed in the shootout, sorry,
In the
making
shootout,
it
yeah.
1-0 to United.
And guess who?
When I was getting that clip, Clive Tilsley goes on to say one of the most unbelievable things I've ever heard. 42 goals in 49 appearances, and he was a winger. He wasn't a winger of this day where they're all inverted forwards, cutting in all. He was a right winger playing in a 4-4-2.
Yeah, that was the start of him.
That is
Want him to just be a goal machine, wasn't it?
Yeah, 42 goals and 49 appearances from the right midfield.
I think he broke George Best's record that season as well for goals for not being a striker or a forward.
Yeah,
something similar to that. But, yeah, he just became goal hungry, didn't he? He just decided, I'm going to try and make myself the best player in the world, so I need to score more goals.
Fun fact before you guess, I cried when he missed his penalty in that shootout.
Well, he missed against Barcelona as well, didn't he? Was it in
in the semi-final at the post? Yeah.
So for a man who's renowned of scoring penalties, he missed two pretty big ones.
In that shirt, actually.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
And I've got Ronaldo on the back of that as well, cursed.
Oh no, Champions League one as well. Yeah. I'm gonna say, I think it was in the 20-minute mark, so I'm gonna say 23rd minute.
25th.
Oh, so close to saying 25.
I heard the. Yeah, great start.
It's not a bad start. It's better than expected, anyway.
Next goal, second goal, 7th of November 1993. City 2, United 3, and this is Roy Keane's goal to make it 3-2 to United.
Well, that's sharp, delightfully delivered. For Owen, it's Hughes, and coming in behind him was Roy Keane.
Have you been watching any of the overlap on tour?
I've seen some of the clips on the reels. Yeah, they've been quite funny. I've seen the bloke who does the impressions, and he did Roy Keane while he was sat next to Roy Keane.
It's on Sky Demand, honestly. And listeners and watchers, please watch it. Roy Keane. He could be a stand-up comedian. His timing and his just how he says stuff. It's just how he bullies Gary Neville all the time as well.
Yeah, he's just so dry with it as well. He just knows how to push the buttons, doesn't he? He's funny bloke. You'd have loved to have played with him because he'd have been a warrior on pitch. But I bet he was good on Lash as well because he's always on about.
He's on about that overlap. He's always on about that. Yeah.
So I don't want to fall into the trap of thinking it was a late goal because it's United in the 90s. But 3-2. I'm going to say the 82nd minute.
87th. I thought you were going to say 87th. No, see, you've underplayed yourself here. I think that's two very close guesses.
Yeah, exactly. They are guesses, so there's no underplaying at all. It's very much luck.
Third goal. This is just. I love how this ties in lovely. 23rd of December 2006. Aston Villa 0, United 3. And this is your favourite player ever, Paul Scholes, making the
pressure.
scoreline 2-0. And this is probably one of his, other than the Bradford goal, the Barcelona goal in the semi-final, this is probably one of his most iconic goals.
On the throttle in the second half. Headed out by McCann. How? Paul Scholes with the most brilliant goal. We've seen some stunners over the last couple of...
The best thing about that is how he just stands there and just, this is what I do on Paul Scholes. I'm off home now to eat my tea.
Though actually, the other funny bit about that clip is, I think it's Kirai in goal. He obviously doesn't. I don't think he sees it bounce over the line. If you watch the replay, he actually grabs the ball after it's bounced back to him, trying to claim it hasn't gone in.
Yeah, with his jogger bottoms on.
With his jogger bottoms, it's like, what are you doing?
They've got to try everything. Them keepers are crazy, aren't they?
Yeah. So this was Paul Scholes making the scoreline 2-0 in the game that finished 3-0.
Yeah, well, so I was at the FA Cup final of 2005 when he missed a penalty for Arsenal to win the FA Cup. Yeah, that was in Cardiff. I pissed it down that day. I'm gonna. It doesn't seem too late in the game. Night game though, isn't it? So, gonna say the 44th minute, just before half time, maybe. I have a feeling that's miles away. That
it was a 64th.
64th.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't confident in that one.
No, that is a hard one because it's bang in the middle of the half.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to do first half, second half, first half, second half. So I was trying to play mind games with myself. Never mind with you.
For yourself and any other guests that come on, I don't do patterns because
no.
Fourth goal. Seems to be a Ronaldo day. This, I don't know why. I must have been having one of my fanboy days. 22nd of May 2004. So this is pre-Ronaldo turning into the monster. This was little skinny, whiny, crying Ronaldo.
Yeah, does he have his spaghetti hair as well?
Yeah. United 3, Millwall 0 in the most weird FA Cup final I can think
that was
of.
Weird. When Ronaldo didn't even get man of the match.
Yeah. This is United 3, Millwall 0. Ronaldo making the scoreline 1-0.
And then Neville on the overlap. Danger looming here. Surely in goes Ronaldo! And United lead. They've been hammering on the door.
Yeah, that's another one where I think it's quite early because Dennis White played himself, didn't he, when he shouldn't have done? Because when he was playing manager.
Yeah.
Silly Dennis White. I'm going to say it's the 16th minute because I'm sure we did him early and then just played about with him for a bit. 16th minute, I'm saying.
It was the 44th. It was quite late in the first half. Right at the end of the first half, yeah.
He was made 44th in the last one.
Yeah. You are on a score of 55 going into the last goal.
All right. That put me way down the bottom then, will it?
No. Danny Birdie Shirts, he got 121, so he's doing everyone a favour.
Yeah, but he went crazy, did Dan, and went Atalanta, didn't he?
Last goal, Chris, and probably one of the most iconic goals I've had in this series. 11th of May, 1996. United 1, Liverpool 0. And this is the King, Eric Cantona, winning the game for United in an FA Cup final against Liverpool.
Yeah. That was, the worst FA Cup final ever.
5 behind. James gets there just first. Cantona! James didn't quite get there But how...
It's quite weird how we've talked about manufacturers going back to old shirts, because I'm sure Liverpool's away shirt for the coming up season is based on that shirt. But
Yeah, it
that
is.
shirt,
Yeah,
the shirt they use in '96 is lovely. The shirt this season it's awful. Looks like an Excel spreadsheet.
yeah. It's very strange when they try and do blocks, but then like try and fade it in. It's like, just
Yeah,
if you're gonna do gonna do it. But it's strange with Nike because they did the that Roma one 2018, and that was absolutely amazing. What Nike they copied that, and it was amazing. I don't know why they just haven't done that again, because they're good at ripping off Adidas. Yeah, it's bad news. It's bad news when a FA Cup finals more talked about the suits that Liverpool wore than the actual game itself, because it was so horrible. It's the most hyped game I think I've ever seen, and it was just dire. It was a good goal though, to be fair. Calamity James at his best. I'm gonna say the 78th minute, because I think it was quite late in the second half.
It was late. It was the 86th minute.
Oh, nearly 180 as well. That's better than I thought, though. Better than I thought.
63, Chris, final
63.
score.
That's not too bad. I'll take that all day long.
You'll be happy to know as well that you finished above Dan Retro Shirts FC, who's a Man City fan. So,
Well, that's a win-win then, isn't it? We can put that with the treble win as well, then, can't we? No, I'll take that.
I just want to quick, before we wrap this up, I've had, since the Ellis episode, I've had a nice few messages from new listeners, old listeners, saying that they're really enjoying the podcast. So I just want to say thank you very much. It means a lot. Don't do this podcast for any other reason than over to talk to like-minded people like Chris and all the other guests I've had on. So yeah, thank you for the lovely messages.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's always nice to get appreciation, isn't it? That's, like you say, it's positive or negative. It's always something to work on, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of social media and the internet, Chris, where can the lovely listeners and watchers find yourself?
Yes, you can find me on Windows 95. Waiting for Windows 98 to go out. Playing Championship Manager 2. I'm just on Instagram on Hodgins Hard, and that's it. Look me up, and I'll go in a shed this weekend just for you.
And please look through Chris's photos and please watch Shirts in the Shed. Oh God.
Yeah, volume 3.
I'm watching them as soon as this episode ends. Thank you very much for coming on, mate.
An absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Goals in Time. If you could please subscribe and hit the notification bell, it would do me a massive favour. Also, don't forget to follow the podcast on all socials at Shirts in Time Pod.